Gentlemen, I just wanted to go over my strategy when it comes to investing into very short-term Solana meme coins. You could say this is kind of like the phantom flipping with Solana. I'm not a huge fan of Solana in terms of long-term holds. Pretty much all my long-term holds are on Ethereum, but I will be going over an example of some money I made off of a particular coin that was recently in the news, or at least the event that the coin was related to was in the news, and then some of these other coins that potentially will be having events upcoming. Now, right now, the market is horrible. There is no doubt about that. And pretty much all of these coins here are down. There's two coins that I don't really want you to pay attention to. This universal operating system has some utility, and the retirement token. These are not really narrative plays. They would be more long-term holds if you believe in the project. And one of them's not even a meme. But all of the rest of these are short-term meme plays. And what I'm going to be showing is the situation I was in. So I'm sure many of you guys know about Grok, the AI language model that is Elon Musk's. Was this the one that I was in? Yeah, so this is the one that I was in, Grok 3. And so I want to just go over this chart, kind of analyze it. This is a very short-term buy and sell, and this is a coin that could have been front-runned, and you could have gotten an easy 15x off of it. The problem is with a coin like this, because there's anticipation for a launch, it immediately tanked as they were introducing Grok 3 to people last night, which you would think it would be all over everything, all over X. Elon Musk was there. He was tweeting about it. How does it tank? Well, it tanks because once the launch of the new product happens, the coin, which is tethered to it because there's no more anticipation, is completely useless. It is the ultimate definition of sell the news, in a literal sense. Not just like, oh, it's going to go down for a short period of time, then it'll go back up. With something like this, it's not going to go back up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the market cap. And with a coin like this, I front run this coin, and I bought it when it was probably around 150, 200K. And as you can see, you invest a few $1,000s into it. You've got very and here as you can see, you invest $2,000 to $3,000 in it when it's at 150K. You're gonna make a pretty chunk of change if you sell. Now, there were a lot of people when the coin was hovering right here before the launch, anticipating it, saying, well, if it's at 2.9 million, it was just at 700K and now it's at 2.9 million. Once the launch happens and everyone talks about it, it's going to go to 30 million. Look at what happened with DeepSeek, the Chinese AI. And you would think Elon Musk versus China in terms of crypto meme coins, we're going to take Elon Musk. But understand they're two completely different situations. If you guys remember when DeepSeek launched, the meme coin that was made after it went to around 60 million. Now, why did this only go to around 3.6 million, at least wicking to 3.6 million on the 15-minute chart, rather than go to 50 or 60 million like DeepSeek did? Well, because nobody expected DeepSeek. DeepSeek was like a shock to the system. This coin everyone was anticipating. So, and with me, here's an interesting thing. I made 70% of my money selling 30% of the supply that I had early. The total supply of this coin that I had, I think I had like 1.3%. And guys, when you buy these low coins that have like market caps of 90K or 150K, you don't want to be buying up 3 or 4% of the supply, which in these coins, because the supply is always a billion, and in these crap meme coins, it would be around 30 or 40 million coins. I wouldn't do that. The most I would do is like, if you believe if it's a long-term hold, you can buy up like 2%, and that's not an issue. The problem is, if you're looking to get out of the coins will tank so fast, it doesn't really make sense because of the slippage rate to own like 2% of the coin. I don't do that anymore. The most I'll buy is like 1.5%. This coin, I think I had 1.4%, and I sold 25% of the coin when it was around 2.4 million. That's where I made most of my money. The problem is, and you would think like, okay, the coin was hovering around 2 million. Launch day, it kind of went down, but it was still over, around 1.5 to 2 million. There's no way this thing is going to tank back all the way down. It immediately did. Immediately did. So it's important to understand there is really nothing holding these coins up at all. These are coins where there's a select number of people that get into them relatively early. It's front running a narrative. It's nobody is talking about Grok 3, but you're buying Grok 3 down here. Then all the normies buy it up here because they hear about it and they think, well, it's anticipation. It's a day before the launch. It has to go to 100 million, right? This is when you should be buying right here. You shouldn't be buying the actual hype anticipation of it, and then you get to sell the news because the coin is useless because there's no more anticipation. The other thing is, and this is important, the reason DeepSeek did what it did was because it was a shock. So it was a FOMO effect. There was really no FOMO with this coin. I mean, sure, there was some when it ballooned, it did like a 7 or 8x, but there's no real FOMO because people expected this launch to happen. Everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew it wasn't like it just randomly showed up and then Elon Musk announced it. And that's when it started to really have that nice green candle there. But it wasn't this like, oh my goodness, this is a brand new thing. And it would have been way, way harder to make money off of the DeepSeek launch of that meme coin, because that meme coin was just created and it went up within hours to 60 million. It's very harder to get into that rather than look at this accumulation window of this coin. It's a lot nicer of an accumulation window. So the overall point with narrative plays like this, it's very important. Buy early and sell early. You have to sell early. Everyone thinks, well, it's at 2 million. Grok 3 hasn't even come out yet. It's going to tank. You need to sell it. And I made more money selling 30% of the amount that I owned in anticipation of the launch. And then I got dumped on and I had to sell the other 70%. I still made money off of it, but I would have made a lot more if I would have sold the anticipation, because I thought, well, I mean, there's no way it's going to actually tank, and there is nothing to hold up these coins. There's no floor built. These are all people that are front running the coin looking to get out. And when one big whale sells, they all go. They all go. You got to get out before them. You have to with these coins. You've got to. Now, could there be a scenario, not in this coin in specific, because this is just it's a language model. There's going to be Grok 4 in 5 months, right? So it's like, but are there scenarios to where coins like this could have longer term value, depending on what the meme is? Possibly. Very unlikely, though. But I just wanted to give an example of kind of my situation to where I bought back here. I was kind of front running, selling like 20% of the supply. I should have sold 100% of the supply right here. And I thought, because I actually sold when it was like right here, and then it went back up to like 3 million. I was like, I'm really dumb. It's going to go crazy. And I just sold most of it. No, that's when I made most of the money, because then I got dumped on and had to sell the rest. And so it's important to understand that. But now when it comes to front running coins, I'm going to go through a few different coins and just kind of talk about their narrative and what I think. And you can see all of these coins, the creation, 24 days, 26 days. I mean, it's long enough. It's long enough. The problem is you'll get brand new launches. If they've got the golden ticker on Dex Screener, it's a scam. You guys know, if you don't know, coins that are 12 hours old, there's no point in investing into them, especially right now. Unless really, I would tell if you're new, just don't buy it if it's brand new. Certainly, if you have some experience, you can kind of weed out which coins are scams and which aren't using tools. But this first one, this is the Epstein file. So the problem with this coin is it doesn't really have any community. Now, with these coins that are narrative based, I mean, the community of the Epstein files is crazy, but like the coin itself, it doesn't have a Telegram. Now, a Telegram might get created, but a Telegram is not necessarily needed for a coin to moon in a short-term period. Now, for this coin to make it long-term, you would want all of that, but that's not what we're looking for. So we're looking at this coin right here. We're looking at the total market cap being around 283K. Now, obviously, with this coin, you would have loved to have bought back here. Personally, I didn't even know this coin existed, but I still think right now at around 283K, not financial advice, nobody knows what these coins are going to do. 283K for this coin that's based around the release of the Epstein files, which has been speculated by everyone. The Trump administration with Kash Patel coming in, it potentially could happen. And so if that happens, we know the hope is that it would be such a shock to the system, you would get a DeepSeek type effect to where this coin would just go crazy. And you would look at your portfolio and the market cap would be at 30 million. I don't know what it would do, but I'm just saying this is the type of coin where you can front run by buying now, And again, with this thing, there was obviously better buying opportunities down here. It looks like people took advantage of that, and it is important to understand. You see these green candles down here. These are people that are very likely going to jump on you. They got in this coin at an extremely lower market cap. They probably are already 3 or 4x up at this point. You're buying right now, but it's better than buying at 1 or 2 million, right? Because you're still at 280k. And trust me, I didn't get a great entry, at least relative to what this looks like right now. I got in around 200. I mean, it's better than people, I guess, that bought at 450k. But the point is, this is a very relevant topic. Now, nobody knows if the Epstein list is going to come out, but this is what it would go. I think this coin would do very, very well. I believe this is the main one. The other problem is there's multiple of the same coin, but with this one, when you search up Epstein, this is the main one that shows up. This has the volume. So this is the I would be looking at this. And moving on to the next one, this is Cash Patel. So this is just Cash Patel, the meme coin. He is going to be the FBI director, and this coin right now, I think it's got a much lower potential, but you can see it's at around 100k right now. It wouldn't shock me at all. The narrative with this one would be Cash Patel deciding to, I mean, this seems like a decent buying window. You could argue maybe wait for it to come back down under 100k, but Cash Patel declassifying JFK files, Epstein list, anything like that, he's going to be in the news. This is the main cash coin. You're starting to understand the idea of front running these narratives. And look, this one, maybe it is only, I mean, that's why when you get into it, you got to get in at the low points, because if it runs to 2 million, but you get in at 100k, you got a 20x. And 2 million really isn't a ton. It just depends what Cash Patel ends up doing in terms of his relevance. That's another one. We've got a few more to look at here. The JFK files. So the JFK situation, as you can see, this coin, it's got enough price history to, it is kind of bleeding out, but that's just the market in general, I think. They are doing a hearing for JFK, the JFK situation, in March. Now, it's obvious this is going to be a big news topic. People are already saying there's multiple shooters, there's all this stuff. This is the main JFK files coin, at least from what I've seen with volume. Obviously, they're going to make new ones that are just basically rug pulls to where they have most of the supply. And then they just buy all the ads and stuff and get normies to buy it. But this is the one with the price history. And that's a huge event that's going to be happening. The JFK files, they found about 2,000 more. They're going to be declassified. The question with that is, if it just happens, because this is the thing, they're planning to have a hearing, which to me sounds very bearish for this coin when the hearing happens. It sounds like, well, why are you having hearing to release files? It sounds like they're going to have a hearing and not much is going to come of it. If that happens, the idea is, I would imagine, there's going to be a lot of anticipation for the hearing that happens in March. Just like Grok 3, this coin will pump. When the hearing happens, again, I don't know. Maybe it'll be revealed there that, we've got all this stuff, and maybe it'll pump it even more. There'll probably be some hype with this coin. As long as the market conditions are all right, it will probably be, there's going to be a lot of speculation with people buying in, possibly a few million. I mean, this coin's at 2.5 million. You've got like a 12x right there. And this looks like a good entry window, by the way. I mean, this coin, it ballooned. Maybe we'll go to the 15 to see if this is legit. Oh, there's a fake wick right there. I just want to see if this coin, yeah, so this coin, I don't know how accurate this is, though. They're saying in a 15-minute time period, it was sitting around 3 million. But you're looking at front-running these Solana coins. And again, the coin is useless after the things become declassified. This coin is useless. There's no point in holding any of it. So if you get like 1% of it, like if you bought 1%, you're paying $2,000 right now to buy 1%. If you're buying 0.5%, you're paying $1,000. And so, I again, with how these things tend to work, it's going to get into the news. Once it gets into the news, it's going to start running. It's not like, oh, it's a guarantee 50x. It's not how it happens. I mean, ideally, they would just declassify them, and it would be the culture shock, and it would be the FOMO event, which would send this coin to like 30 million. You get out. get out, get out, get out, get out. There's no way you continue holding. It needs to be sold immediately. That's just how it is. And then there's a few more. GTA 6. This is the main GTA 6 coin on Solana. There's one on Ethereum that has been around longer, and I would also say that's a good play as well, but we're just talking about Solana coins with Phantom. And so with this coin, we're going to go day by day. You can see this. Very good looking chart. Higher lows. Higher lows here. This wick right here is mainly based on market conditions. You see it's at 287K. GTA 6 is the biggest game in the world. It's going to sell the most copies as long as there's not a delay. Once trailer 2 comes out, the entire world's going to be talking about it. I'm guessing this will, I mean, I don't know what this will run to. It's impossible to say because this coin came out. And again, there's going to be a lot of GTA 6 coins. There's going to be a ton of them. But it's very important. It has price history. Because people will feel more comfortable buying something that's not 7 minutes old, that's got a bunch of people front running it, and it's got a bunch of scam bots as it goes up to like 2 million and it's up 5,000% within the last 10 minutes. They'd rather buy something that looks like this. Even if it is up, you see the price history of it. You see it came out in November. So it's been months, and it's got a nice chart, and it looks organic. And so, again, this one's a little bit different because when GTA 6, this is a very important thing. The time to sell this coin is probably months before. I don't know if it's months before, but it's definitely weeks before this game comes out. The coin will crash significantly. And I don't know if this coin will even do anything. I'm just saying, if this ends up being a narrative, the coin will crash significantly leading up to when the game is released. You should be out of this coin. Just look at the Trump coin, the MAGA coin. The MAGA coin went to 700 million in the summer. Donald Trump won the election in a crazy historic result. The coin did nothing. The coin was at 700 million. When Trump won, it was at like 140 million. It doesn't line up. The hype, the early hype with these things, I would like if GTA 6 comes out in October, you'd probably want to sell it like, although I don't know, because the thing is with where crypto is going to be, we're going to probably have a blow off top, hopefully sometime with the altcoins like late in the year. So maybe it's not the best time, but I'm just saying this coin is created and it's the price goes up based on hype. When there's no hype left, just like Grok 3, the coin dies. So you have to front run these coins. When the coin, when everyone's talking about it and it gets released, that's when it tanks. Get out of it earlier. When everyone is buying the hype and buying the you know. But like right now, you're buying this at 287K. Look, I don't know. It's impossible to say what it would go to with trailer 2 and everything like that. But trailer 2 creates more anticipation for the game, and people buy into it and say, well, the game's coming out, so this will go up, and it's the GTA hype. That's the whole idea of it. And then the other one we have Greenland here. Donald Trump has expressed a serious interest in acquiring Greenland. There was already one pretty significant run. This is a coin I've got a lot of history with in terms of I bought it back here. I've sold. I held. I should have sold when it was up here. I didn't do that. You live and you learn. The point of it is, let me look at the market cap. Come on. This coin went to around 3.6, 3.7 million. That's just speculation off Trump buying Greenland. Trump wants Greenland. The coin's at 163K. Trump doesn't even have to buy it. Or is it, it's at 163? It's at 113. So it's basically 100K. Trump doesn't even have to buy Greenland. If we get speculation that Greenland is going to have a referendum to become independent of Denmark, yeah, this coin I think is gonna boom to like 10 million. Not financial advice, but I think because if it went to 3 million, just speculation. Trust me, I've followed this coin. This is another one to look at. And look, this one might be a longer process, but it's probably going to happen in the next 4 or 5 months. Things are happening really quickly under Trump. So this is just another one to look at. These are just coins to look at that when I'm talking about short-term Solana trades, you have to front run these coins. And this one you could say, well, you know, the hype is over. This is not, there's going to be more talk about Greenland. This is the first little run. I mean, this coin, hypothetically, you buy in at 33K, the coin went to 3.6 million. What type of an X is that? I mean, this coin has already shown the propensity to give you a 70 or 80X. So you're buying it at 100K, it goes to 10 million. I'm not saying it's going to do that, But this is the type of stuff, you know, it has history. You're not buying a brand new coin. Like, look at this. This is a good example. You know, you've got this scam coin. It's crap. So this is what I would do in terms of investing into these are short-term projects, guys. They're short-term. And you don't want to be buying, there's nothing celebrity, except the only thing I can say, we'll see what Dave Portnoy does. Now, I don't like Dave Portnoy at all. I think he's terrible for crypto. I think he's going to launch his own coin. The coin that he endorsed is doing terribly right now, Jail Stool. Here's what you need to do. And look, you could, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but it just depends. Turn on Portnoy's Twitter notifications if he says he's going to end up releasing a coin. And when he gives out the contract address, you will be able, as long as you get in, you'll at least be able to, I think, get an easy 5x off of it, at least. It depends how many insiders are involved with him. But those coins, you can make money off of those coins. You can. I mean, technically, the official Trump coin, we were given the contract address when it was at like 2 billion and it went to 70 billion. So you can make money, but you have to. I would just say if you're new to crypto, stay away from the celebrity memes. If you've been involved in years, you know how to make money off of it. A coin, if he releases a coin and you get into it pretty early on and you put a decent amount in because there's stability with it being a celebrity that it'll pump at least more. Like you get in with the first 5 minutes of the tweet or first 3 minutes of the tweet being out, you're going to get a 5 or a 6x. Not financial advice. I'm just saying this is probably what's going to happen. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video.